Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. It's good to see you today. My name is Vix and this is my channel, Goddess of Gore, where I like to talk about horror, thriller, fantasy and sci-fi books. Today I want to tell you all about the books that have caught my eye this month, and I think it's a bit of a slow month for the gems. This will be quicker than my usual ones because I only have 12 books to tell you about this time, so let's just get on with the good stuff, shall we? So as usual, I will go through these in the order of UK publication date, starting with Mr. Magic by Kiersten White. This comes out on the 1st, and this is a horror book. A group of former child stars are reunited 3 decades after leaving the show Mr. Magic after a tragic accident. The 5 surviving now adults, who were known as the Circle of Friends, want to know more about the show they were on, more about the enigmatic host of the show, known only as Mr. Magic, and try and recapture the happiness they haven't felt since the show ended. The show is now at full cult status, living in the memories of the fans and the cast. There's no surviving episodes, no evidence of who wrote or who made it. The cast members must try and piece together their collected, fragmented memories of the unsettling atmosphere when they are brought back together at a filming compound in the middle of the desert. Said to be reminiscent of Creepypasta's Candle Cove, Mr. Magic will be a captivating web of uncovering truths, perhaps better left in the nightmares of the crew, where the past intertwines with the present and they must confront the enigma of their memories, the elusive host and the chilling events that transpired during this show's final days. The Kindness by John, I can't remember how to pronounce this, John Ajvide Lindqvist, a quiet kind of horror book. This comes out on the 3rd, and I'm just forewarning people now, this book is over 700 pages long. It is a chunky boy. A strange shipping container mysteriously turns up, apparently dumped in the Swedish port of Nordalia. This sets off a chain of events that will forever change the lives of Nordalia's inhabitants. After a week of ignoring who the container could belong to, the authorities are finally notified and they get it open. There, the remains of 28 refugees are found, a situation of unrelenting horror. Not only that, a malevolent force is unleashed in the form of a black sludge that casts a shadow over the once serene town. It contaminates the river and is the cause of a new sickening dread that affects the entire town, causing a lack of trust, aggression and violence. 6 characters are the centre of this novel, 6 people in search of love and connection whose extraordinary qualities will confront the metaphysical illness consuming their town. Good Bad Girl, a new thriller by Feeney, comes out on the 3rd. The tagline on this one is, sometimes bad things happen to good people, so good people have to do bad things. Oh, okay, tell me more. This is about 4 women that blurs the lines of good and bad and the strange ways that their lives are all connected to each other. The story opens with a baby being taken from a pushchair on Mother's Day in the past that is bizarrely connected to the same thing happening in the present. Frankie's child has now been snatched, something that now makes Frankie distrustful of everyone, either friend or foe, and so she withdraws from society. Meanwhile, at Windsor Nursing Home, 80-year-old Edith is plotting her escape after becoming convinced that her best friend's death was actually murder, and so befriends care home worker Patience. But is Patience all she seems to be? Somehow all 3 of these lives are linked. We just have to figure out how. And if you've read from Feeney before, you know you can expect twist after twist. And just when you think you've got it, a twist. Thornhedge, a T. Kingfisher fantasy, comes out on the 15th. This tiny little novella at 120 pages is a fun twist on the Sleeping Beauty fairy tale. This is a magical tale about Toadling, stolen from her family at birth and taken to fairyland and raised in the enchanting warm waters by a loving family of fairies. She is eventually told to go back to the human world to complete a quest. Kind-hearted Toadling believes she will do her best to show her family just how much she loves them, and so sets off to the royal castle to help the king and queen and their little princess. It should be simple. It shouldn't take long. A few centuries later, a knight battles through the wall of brambles with vines as thick as his arm and thorns as sharp as his sword. He believes beyond this wall is a cursed town, and he believes he will be the one to break it. And so he meets Toadling, and they both begin to tell each other about the kingdom and how the curse came to be upon it. A fantastic sounding thriller by Sam Ripley comes out on the 16th of August, The Rule of Three. This is said to be the Whisper Man meets the Chalk Man mixed with the Blair Witch Project. I say this every time, but those are some pretty big boots. So the rule of three is the saying that all bad things come in threes. This is a superstition that me and my colleagues in the medical field truly believe in. If something bad is going to happen, you can pretty much guarantee it will happen another 2 times in succession to each other. It's silly, I know, but it is so strangely true. Anyway, this is about someone who didn't believe in the myths around the rule of three until they got told a story about a girl who was cursed by the number 3, and now it is their turn. So this sounds to me more like Final Destination, as in you can't outrun the final instance of the curse. You can try, but it will get you eventually when you let your guard down. And in the most unlikely of places, as they grapple with the knowledge of their impending doom, struggle as they may to beat the odds of the curse, the suspense of where and when will keep us readers on the edge of our seats. And I think this sounds fantastic. The new Olivie Blake comes out on the 17th, Masters of Death, a horror fantasy perhaps. A vampire estate agent, you say? Selling a haunted house, you say? Tell me more. When Viola Marek, a struggling vampire, hires Fox Demora to deal with her latest house sale, a ghost-infested mansion, she expects a competent medium, but unbeknownst to her, Fox is a complete fraud, despite being the godson of death. The property she is trying to sell is haunted by a relentless ghost. This spectre, trapped by an unsolved murder, refuses to move on until the mystery of his demise is unravelled. And, luckily for us, a mystery unfolds and we get to embark on a supernatural journey unlike any other, as Viola and Fox are drawn into a quest that neither wants nor is expecting, and they'll need the help of a demonic personal trainer and a sharp-voiced angel and a love-stricken reaper, vampires, demons, hilarious ghosts, friendship, and even a romance are all waiting in this supernatural offering. Cutting Teeth by Chandler Baker comes out on the 17th, a horror thriller or horror mystery. This sounds like, I think, with a blend of wit and thrilling mystery. Darby, Mary Beth and Rhea are on personal quest to reclaim aspects of their identities subsumed by motherhood, set against a backdrop of the seemingly perfect little academy preschool where an unsettling medical condition begins to go around the academy. The kids are craving blood. Their kids. And when a young teacher is found dead, the spotlight turns to the children, not just as witnesses, but as potential suspects. 10 little 4-year-old bloodsuckers. And so are their mothers. This book explores the standards society holds mothers to, along with the ones to which we hold ourselves, and the things no one tells you about becoming a parent. it sucks. A twisted love story, a new thriller by Samantha Downing, comes out on the 17th, and this has a fantastic tagline. Nothing is deadlier than true love. Wes and Ivy are madly in love. It's the kind of romance people write stories about. But what kind of story? Their love is a roller coaster ride, one that they can't seem to quit no matter how damaging it becomes. Yet, what they never discuss, even in their most intimate moments, is the haunting incident that occurred during their worst breakup, a night when things went a little too far and someone ended up dead. When love is good, it's very, very good, but when it's bad, it is deadly. Their relationship varies between the ecstasy of grand gestures and meaningful connections and the despair of vengeful fights and tumultuous breakups. This cycle has to end, and fast, because suddenly Wes and Ivy have a common enemy, and she's a detective. How far will Ivy and Wes go to protect their twisted love? With every twist and turn, their commitment to each other is tested, leading to a climax that is as shocking as it is inevitable. One wrong move will be fatal, so if Wes and Ivy can't stick together, this breakup might just be their last. A darkly humorous book next, with It's Not a Cult by Lauren Danhof. This comes out on the 22nd. A daughter races to save her mother from a dangerous cult before it is too late. It's got a cult in it. I'm there. A quirky and engaging tale set against the backdrop of a local Renaissance fair and a charismatic, sinister cult. Glinda Glass, what a name, is truly trying her best. The challenges of life after dropping out of graduate school, with her family entangled in the clutches of the Starlight Pioneer Society, a cult led by the enigmatic Arlon. Glinda finds herself on a mission to save her loved ones from its grip. Glinda spends her days working at the Drench the Wench dunk booth at the local Renaissance fair with her only friend Troy, who may be falling in love with her. When Glinda learns that the cult will be turning her family's home into their commune, she decides to take matters into her own hands by infiltrating the cult and taking it down from the inside. There, she realises things are far more sinister than she could ever have imagined, and that she must get her mom out from under the spell of Arlon by any means necessary. But Glinda can't do it on her own. To save her mother from the cult's grasp, she'll have to confront her own history of trauma and grief and repair her relationships with her twin sister Dorothy and her friend Troy, no matter the cost. There's plenty of unexpected twists as Glinda and her family face off against Arlon and his cult, revealing their true colours and the depth of their determination. That sounds like it could possibly be one for cozier days, perhaps. The Demon's Guide to the Apocalypse by Karen Frost comes out on the 22nd. It's labelled as fantasy, but I'm getting sarky humour too. See what you think. Dragging demons back to hell is a dirty job, but someone has got to do it. And for Theodora, Annabeth and Harriet, working on behalf of the Daemonium, confronting demons that threaten the world is just a job that pays the bills. They are half humans that think demons are big arseholes, so to them they're just doing the world a favour. Now, as if that's not enough of a job to do, they get news via an angel that some idiot is trying to open the 7 seals of the apocalypse, and if they're successful, will bring forth the end of the world. Can you ethically do a favour for angels when you work for demons even? The end of days is nigh. Pestilence has already been released, and the longer it takes them to find out who's doing it, the more of the horsemen will be freed. The women embark on the dangerous mission through the city, piecing together clues that could unravel the mystery and save humanity. With the odds stacked against them, they desperately try to piece together the clues that could help them save humanity, whilst accidentally discovering a secret kept from them since birth that holds the key to stopping the apocalypse. or completing it. He Who Drowned the World by Shelley Parker Chan comes out on the 24th, a historical fantasy of war and destiny set in an epic alternate China, and the sequel to She Who Became the Sun. So how much can I actually say about this book? I think I've heard that this is way darker than the first book, with far more violence. And if you read the first one, I think that one's pretty graphic. So this should be a treat. Filled with torture, murder, and not even a scrap of decency. And when I read reviews that say there is no other way to put it, most of the characters in this novel are straight up demonic, then I'm afraid my delight just gets bigger and bigger. I thoroughly enjoyed the first book, and I hope, against hope, that this one is as good as I expect it to be. So, from the early reviews, I've surmised that Shelley Parker Chan has meticulously created a world that shatters illusions, where every action is driven by a calculated agenda. Themes of manipulation, sadomasochism, and violence permeate this story, creating an atmosphere that is as haunting as it is immersive. It's chock full of power dynamics, revenge, and the darkest aspects of human nature, ruthless ambition, and intricate plotting, all together to create a riveting journey through a world where ambition knows no bounds. Now, talking of ambition knowing no bounds, I fed her to the beast, and the beast is me, by Jamison, Shea, a YA horror that comes out on the 29th and is said to be a villain origin story set in the ballet world, a backdrop of the dark underbelly of Paris in the depths of the catacombs. Laurie Mesney discovers a hidden world lurking beneath the streets, one that offers power and adoration in exchange for something far more sinister. Always being overlooked in the cutthroat world of ballet competitions, Laurie will do anything to prove that a black girl can take centre stage. So, when Laurie's path collides with the enigmatic power couple Josephine and Cairo, who harbour a secret that defies the realm of the mundane, as whispers of dark rituals circulate, Laurie finds herself descending into the catacombs, making a pact that grants her the strength she craves, but demands a price that pushes her beyond the boundaries of morality. This sounds like an amazing tale about the horrors of ambition and desperation. Just how far will Laurie go for success, and will it all catch up with her in the end, I wonder? So that is it. That's the new books that sound amazing to me this month. Let me know which books, either from this collection or something else, that you can't wait to get your hands on this month. Or are you excited for something else completely? A new album by one of your favourite bands maybe? Or a new film that you can't wait to see? Let me know in the comments what it is that makes August so exciting for you. I can't wait to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching and being here with me. I really do appreciate every subscriber who comes back to watch every week or every month for the new books episodes. Thank you so much. And of course, if you're watching and haven't subscribed, maybe you would consider doing so if you want to see more. I release a new books of the month video, and I will link the playlist of past months videos in the description box if you'd like to have a watch at the past releases that I have been excited about, or just like the video if you did. Make some good book choices this week, my friends, and I hope to see you all again soon. Until next time, bye bye.